Good morning, traders and investors around the world. Welcome to this Friday, June 23rd edition, Pre-Market Prep Plus. Joel Elconin joining you here on this Russell Rebalancing Friday. Let's go through the indexes. And what I got, you guys are looking at me. You want to see a screen share here. You don't want to see my Friday morning mug. Come on, right here. And boom. As easy as that. Let's get some symbols out of you guys today. Let's hear your overall market thoughts. S&P 500 index futures giving back all the gains from yesterday and then some, trading under 30, under 4,400. Just a fade. That was just a fade off the close yesterday. Strong close in the market. And here we are. We took out the pair of lows at the 93 area. What I mean by pair of lows is a 93 was your low, your Globex low yesterday, and your low as well last Thursday. So underneath now, we do have some more support on the downside here if you guys are interested in it. 102.45 is where the dollar is trading. That's up 45.6 cents. If y'all been listening to me on the bond market, I don't know how many bond traders we have here, but we're up a stick and a half. We took out 128.10. Good day for the bond market. Let's see if we can hold that former resistance area and have it act as support. You have crude oil trading down $1.58. That's not a good move. 67.92. Gold perking up 17.10. It's dead but won't die. Up 16.90, $17. As I said, at 19.40.90. Silver distances itself from the 22 dollar level. That's up 3.3 cents at 22 and a half. And Bitcoin futures are down $25 at 30,350 just as we speak. S&P's moving back in on the lows of the pre-market session. So far, the pre-market low comes in at 86.50. The bulls got to show we can regain 43.93. On the downside here, I do have interesting levels for you if you want them. 81.75 was your June 13th low, and 83.50 is your June 14th low. That's a pair of lows. That's good enough for me. EKS, who constantly wants to rim me about saying that the high of the year was in, but since I don't hold grudges, I will take a look at the stocks that he's looking at, some of the pre-market rippers, and where they're at, and pre-market dippers. I don't know if these are really stocks you trade, but we can take a look at them. We can move over to IONQ. We did talk about that one. So let's look at it. It's getting to pop off the news, and I just don't like. Let's get the pre-market action in here. I just don't like when you have some news and then you get a news move and then it fades for two reasons. One, it caught people that tried to trade it on the long side, right? And then it just creates people like, oh, I should have sold at 10.20 before. So, but support easier to define in this one. That comes in at the $9 area. If you want to try and pick it up on the cheap, I would say were all those buyers at 9? Will they be at 9.50 today? That's just above your closing price. So with the good news, the good momentum, got to keep an eye on the closing price. CarMax had a good report. We can look at that from a technical perspective. Leaking big time. Still above the former high of the move. I don't know if you can get back to 89.60. But let's look here. The former high of the move that came in at way above that 81.75. This is a tough one, folks. Can I come up with anything on the monthlies? No, I can't come up with anything on the monthly. So you guys are on your own in CarMax. Triple M, I have a little better feel for Triple M. Triple M did settle a lawsuit. It was a fade. I talked about if I would have been out there, I would have been out there at 105 just because of that daily high last week at 104.99. Still have another lawsuit pending. Will it fill the top of yesterday's range? I don't think so. But there I go thinking again. 101.31 if you're looking for support. The symbols are coming in fast and furious here. WB, that would be Wachovia Bank. Uh, Tongue in cheek. EKS, you're probably the only one that knows that. Let's look at WB. We got a bottom picker here, and oh man, Weibo Corp. Weibo wobble, but they don't fall down. This is falling down low of the move, 1234. You got a string of three lower highs, so maybe you get some encouragement here if you get above 1341. But once again, you're risking down to the low of the move here. Your risk is down to 1234. No, absolutely nothing about this company. Looking at some dippers, NEO. Neogenomics, that's a tough chart, way away from support at 16, but buyers have stepped up there. So I like 16 for resistance. The close and the high pretty close to each other. I get that 1750. I don't think I could get real excited on the upside. Is three highs at that area. SoFi had that just magical run, and then the analysts ganged up on it. Continues to leak. I don't know if it's time to buy the dip here yet. And SoFi, you are taking out. Oh boy, this is getting hit. 820 was your couple day low. Man, now you got. I was gonna call that resistance. I think if you get a gap fill at 835 you might be okay on this one. I just think it's a 450 to what to 1050 was the move there, almost 1020. That's a 6 point move. I mean, can you really get serious about buying this stock or placing bids until it gets to 750? That's just my humble opinion. UAA getting a downgrade. I mean, come on. Down 30 cents. Is this even worth mentioning? If you want to buy the recent low, it comes in at 637. So that's a look at UAA. Oh, that's right. Weibo is a China stock. I forgot about that. Let's see. Roger here. Sorry about the long username. Well, I don't care what your name is. Let's get some symbols out of you. Michael Crockett coming in with his usual suspects, but this is a new one. Consolidated Water. Wow. Boy, oh boy, what do you expect me to say about this chart? You got yourself in, now you get yourself out. I don't know what your target is. We had the all-time closing high price at 23.88 yesterday, right? 24.44. Just maybe keep improve. Well, actually, that all-time closing high is $24. Made a new high yesterday, but not a new all-time closing high. So I'd be marking 24. Make sure you get a close above that. Not a New York stock, so you can't tell if there's any concentration of sellers there. That's the only number I can give you on that one. Levi Strauss, I know you've been trying to ride this up on the long side, and struggled at 15, struggled in the same area. I could do a line for you on this one because it created. I mean, you got your major resistance here at the 15.5 area, trying to find support 14. There's a pretty good pocket of support here, 1435 to 1450. Nothing great on this one, just kind of a slow leak off the high. Best thing for you, get a couple lows in the same area and then turn up. If not, you get more likelihood of meaningful retracement from 13 to over 15. That bring you down 14 quarter area. That's probably more time than anyone will ever spend on Levi Strauss. Moving on, CHRS. I know you've been on this one, been consistent with it. It's a penny stock back at the low of the move. I don't know what happened a couple days ago, but boom. The recent low, all-time low, 360. Don't know the fundamentals on the stock. And ONON. Man, that $30 area was pesky. It filled that one gap at 30, but just stalled above the Stalled above the high on the first gap down day, so you got to be cognizant here. If this takes out 28.30, you perhaps going to be looking for a retest of the low of the move. And I want to see where ON is, because that stock was pitched by one of the Michigan students, and that one's doing pretty good. So when I think of ON, I think of ON. I think of ON. Palantir. I saw it. What a fall from grace here. Just too much, too fast. Don't know where to step in on this one after just a huge, huge run here. Boy, 7 to 17.5. Maybe look at the $12 area if you're looking for a meaningful retracement. Double top just under 17. I just don't like the way this thing looks between 13 and 14. Your next daily low that comes in at 1282. If you get a rally in this with the market, yesterday's high 1444, not even sure you're going to get a look at that. Gold, GOLD. I mean, I don't know, man. This gold market. Ah, man, good support under 16. That's not doing you any good today. Uh, boom, boom. Major buyers under 16. They're probably selling at 17. Gold up. Let's look at the gold chart. Man, it's just follow this thing around. Potential double bottom here. So maybe you got a chance. If you're looking for more in the gold market, yesterday's high, 1945. 1943.80 is your current high if you're not looking for more upside in that one. Also, Qualcomm. We get asked frequently about Qualcomm, and Qualcomm down a buck 90. Man, tough looking chart here. And Qualcomm after the big run, you got to be respectful. 101 to 125, 12 and a half. This could easily come back to this 110, 112 and a half area and still be in a recent uptrend. Now you got to get above yesterday's low. I don't, unless you get a big turnaround in the market, I don't see a close getting back to the close at 116.40 today. 3 down days, just like the S&P, 1 up day, and looks to have another down day. So yesterday was the reprieve day in the market, and stocks back heading lower. Uh, Robert figured out what's wrong with UPS. I think I did hear about a potential strike here, along with the earnings, not helping things out with this one. There you go, down a buck 28, opening into, I would call support. I would have to give it a couple levels here, just because there's two lows in that same area. Those two lows come in at 169.63 and 169.56. So that's an area of support. 3 lower highs, 3 lower lows, 3 lower closes. Not an update yesterday when the market turned. Oh, let's go back up to see what we got. Palantir, Grove Lane. That's just looking at international paper. That's not a stock we get asked about a lot. Man, just topped out. Look at all that resistance at 32. I hope you were keeping an eye on that. Multiple highs above 32 in May. A couple highs in June at 32. Your high last week, I believe, with the market when it peaked last Thursday. No, that was Friday. Boy, that's 32. Now you're down at 30.54. Better catch a bounce here at 30.21, 30 and a quarter. There's a pair of lows from June 5th and June 6th. Also on a retracement period, you did have a 3-point move, 29 to 32, a buck and a half, 30 and a half. It's going to catch a bid. It better catch a beer. A bid here soon. S&P's just residing here near the lows of the pre-market session. I gave you that level underneath. The level underneath, at least in the short term, as I can see, is your June 13th and 14th low, 81.75 and 83 and a half. Did we get all the stocks here? No, the thinker that's thinking about a food stocks, GIS. This has not been the place you want to be. Now, if you're going because you've been in such a risk on market, this stock has been totally ignored. Now, if you think we're going into a risk off market, which looks someone that's been bidding this between 80 and 81 over the last few sessions. Maybe you get a turn up in this one. So support 81.60. You're trading up 30 cents, only 1,200 shares. Let's see if it can kind of ignore the market trends and get through 82 today. But once again, here's a stock exhibiting weakness. With the market dynamics, when in fact we start to shift to more of a risk off market, then you can catch a bid on this one. So we've had a risk on market for quite some time, and now things have shifted for GIS. Kellogg, I know they got an upgrade yesterday. That didn't do much for it, but that's pretty much, I'm looking for all the food stocks here. The Great American Chocolate Bar, I think this has been the strongest of some of the food stocks. Once again, the risk off trade or risk on trade brings you back down. Now people are reevaluating here at 255. So there's a look at Hershey's. Market looks like a pool. I don't know why I have these stupid emojis in here. If you want to like something, I can't really see Michael Smith's comment. Maybe if I move it up. I'll have to wait for you guys to make some more comments. Market looks like a pool day today. Everyone's diving in. All right. EKS giving us the fundamentals, still expensive on a PE, 2.5% dividend. He's been buying KHC, Kraft Heinz, stodgy old stock at the low of the move. Once again, risk off scenario here on daily. Let's see if it finds support at 36. And he also said that he was looking at BGS, B&G Foods. Once again, risk off, down, supported 13. That chart looks good. Just trying to muddle its way through this big candle. I don't know if that was attributed to earnings at 1524 high. What was the close that day? That close on that day was 1379. So working its way back up here. We got about 5 minutes left. I got some questions on some big stocks yesterday coming in. Amazon. So Amazon here. Let's look at it. Big day yesterday because they mentioned the AI word. But let's get technical in Amazon and let's get a real target here. And I should be doing this on my retracement tool, but I've been too lazy to do that. 188.11 is your all-time high. You made a low at 81.69. I was trying to ballpark that and call it 135. Let's see how my ballparking skills were. 134.90. I mean, if you're holding out, if you think this is going to do what your Apple and Microsoft did, that they went back and made new all-time highs, there's still, it's a little bit in favor. Mr. Softy had that 3-day losing streak, but right back down today. We'll be focusing on that 2-day low in Mr. Softy, 332.07. We're a ways. We're even a ways from yesterday's low too, folks. So I think if you're looking for this market to catch a bid, I think you got to go to your big tech stocks and see if they can do it. It's still a $1.50 off that low from yesterday. The low on Wednesday comes in at 332.07. That's what we're looking at. Angry guest on the closing print today. Who was an angry guest? Was it Kenny Glick? Who was on that was angry last week? EKS? I don't remember who it was. Who did I have on? Did I have anybody on last Friday? Help me out here. I want to know if I brought on an angry guest. Let me see. I can't remember the closing print from last Friday. I'll have to look it up. But if you think I bring someone on that's angry, I didn't bring on Gordon Johnson or anybody like that. But please let me know. Uh, any. Okay. Not any. Oh, angry. You know what we're gonna do today, folks? I can't read. Better put my glasses back on. You know that week that I was gone? Remember we had young Josh on, Josh Walter, and you guys told me he did okay. So we're going to bring Josh on today. It's going to be the Josh and Joel show. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't read today. So Josh does. I know I've tried to introduce you guys to stock odds, and I know it's been met with mixed results. But he's been swing trading stock odds on a weekly basis, and we're gonna bring him on. So it's gonna be the Joel and Josh show today. That will be the guest. So tune in and depending if something happens in the markets, extraordinary, I'll dial up somebody else, but that's the plan. But we're making some plans for you guys and gals for some more extended programming. I know you guys like to listen to us in the morning, and we're going to try and bring you some more of that. Stay tuned. So I think I'm going to tune out a little bit early here on this Russell rebalancing Friday. If there's any questions out there or any stocks you guys want to sneak in here, oh yeah, that could be, yeah, we won't be getting Dennis on today, that's for sure. But keep an eye, important day for the market. I should do a technical on the IWM because what the problem was in the with the market yesterday was the lack of leadership. Right, it was just your big tech going up. Now you got all this rebalancing going on in the Russell pre-market trading. Oh, look at this. I mean, it's coming down and it's not bouncing. Let's look for, well, the next daily low comes in at 178.93 and 78.44. That's $2 away. We go down there, the S&Ps are going to be down a lot more than this. Joel Elkanah signing out here on this Friday, June 23rd. Russell rebalance. Good luck, everybody out there. Back with you at the closing print, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys know how to find me.